Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light. We are here for an amazing party today. Look at everybody we have with us. We are doing the end of the year meditations and messages, and it's proven to be a powerful time for us right now with all of these spiritual advisors and leaders gathered together, really bringing in shifts and changes, powerful shifts and changes that we need at this time. And we are so happy to be holding space for that and bringing you any guidance that we have right now. Just want to say hello to everybody. I missed you all so much. I'm so happy to be back. It's been quite a journey this year for me personally. And I know that being with my soul sisters again just makes my heart so happy. So hi, everybody. I miss you. And I don't know how we're starting this off yet because we didn't discuss it. So who are we kicking it off to first, Rhonda? Because we're all going to share. Rhonda, you're muted. But we're all going to share messages
Yeah,
kind of one at a
you
time.
choose if you want to start.
Okay.
Well, how about you want to start, and then I'll put you, David. You can start.
Perfect. So I had messages coming through last night as I was just laying in bed thinking about what were the powerful. There's just so much going on right now. There's so much just constant information I think that we're all getting right now with these very intense times that we are experiencing. And I think that the important thing for us is that we come together with our loved ones and just really spend time in that space of just being able to share and enjoy each other. But the biggest messages that were coming through, and I ended up pulling from The Keepers of the Light by
before
Kyle
you
Gray.
start,
Yeah.
could you just introduce yourself, because we have
Sure.
new viewers.
Sure. So
and
I'm
so
Bex
everyone
Marie.
can introduce themselves before we start.
Perfect. I'm Bex Marie. I'm from Divinely Guided Inspirations with Bex Marie and one of the co-founders of Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light. Rhonda, Teresa, and many of us actually met through the Akashic Records Academy by Emily Harrison, and we all were students together, and we have stayed in touch, and we have formed a very, very beautiful sisterhood through all of that. So that's me. I do intuitive readings and things like that, and just having a lot of fun connecting with people. Okay, so to the messages. So I picked from The Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray, which is funny because I haven't used these cards for a while, but they felt very important right now. And two cards jumped out together. We have the Mary Magdalene Teacher Awakens card, and that came with the Lady Nada Heart Awakening, which I think obviously is very, very potent right now. We're being called to step into a space of being leaders in a different way. It's more of being soul-centered, heart-centered, just holding space for others as they're transitioning through these powerful changes that we're experiencing, being able just to lead by example, by giving ourselves permission to embrace obstacles in a new way, because we all kind of like the transformations that we're experiencing are coming to us every time we think we've evolved. Every time we think we've evolved, we've hit a new level of shifts and changes that we need to experience. And it's getting very, the way that they're bringing it through is just feeling very much like we're burnt out. We're kind of all on the verge of like a burnout here, but that this is coming through in a wave of much more calm and peaceful transformation. That we're going to be really coming into the end of the year. It's going to feel a little bit like we're being shaken up, but that those of us who've experienced really big dark night of the souls the past few years are going to be able to be those placeholders to help others be able to transform and to see the light through these powerful times that we're going through. There's going to be a lot of calls for love in another way, in a more profound way, being able just to sit in the space, not interfering. That's going to be a big part, is allowing others to experience their lessons in a way of holding space and offering love and support without needing to direct how they move through it, if that makes sense. But it is a really beautiful thing that we're going to be doing, a really beautiful way. And specifically, like those of us, we're all here connected for a reason. You know, this web of spirit sessions itself, we've been doing this work for so long now. This shows on how many seasons? 7? That we have been planting seeds along the way, all of us together, to be able to really bring forward this new era in such a beautiful, meaningful way. that I think that every step of this process has been such a necessary part, and that we have created this family that we are all going to be able to just, the heart activations that we're bringing in is going to make this so much easier for the collective, if that makes sense. And that's the kind, like, big messages coming through since last night. I actually was dreaming about it a lot. And it's been really cool because I haven't had a lot of time to connect with the Spirit Sessions family in the way that I wanted to. So being here today is just, it feels so in alignment with everything right now. So I think that's kind of the message. It's been, I'm sorry, it's a little all over the place, but it's a lot of energy coming through. So whoever wants to go next, jump on in. You're all muted, I think.
Yeah, I was going to go in alphabetical order.
Oh,
so that would mean B, C. C would be for cat.
Yes.
Okay. And I thought that would be a good way. And I'm going to, so Kat, if you can introduce yourself, and I'm going to pull you up on the big screen right there now. So how's that?
Good? Hi. Perfect. Yeah. First, I just want to say, I didn't think that was all over the place at all. It was perfect. Lovely. Felt really potent and aligned. I needed to hear that too. So thank you. I'm Kat Bendur, and I work with people and their animals, helping them to identify things that are sort of in the way of their best journey and moving those things out of the way. I do soul work with people and animals. And the card that I pulled, I don't normally pull cards, so this is interesting for me, is Ego. This is from the Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine Fairy Tarot card deck, which is really beautiful. And it says, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items and getting caught up in fear and worry. And while this is not a space I normally find myself in, I feel like I have been in this space lately. So I'm not sure if this card's for everybody else or for me. Probably all of the above. I think it's important when we're moving into always the kinds of things that we're moving into over time, and more recently, that we remember that we are, spiritual beings having a human experience. And it's easy to get caught up in what things look like and what you're worried about, and material things. I'm a Taurus. I'm always caught up in the material things. I like them, not going to lie. I recently, I'm just going to be personal here. I recently have found myself scared, I'm going to say, to step into what's next for me, a little uncertain about exactly what that looks like and what's coming. And while I can normally see things pretty clearly, I don't recently. And I feel like that's where we are right now. Kind of a lot of us looking in, those of us who look into the future and can see things with clarity. There seems to be a fog about what's coming. And while I do feel optimistic about what's coming, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a walk in the park, right? I think the most valuable things never are. I don't see what it is clearly, and I'm recognizing that it's harder for me to step into the things that I don't see or understand. And so I just wanted to share that. And I wanted to share that I think asking for assistance and operating in faith, stepping forward into whatever that is that we don't know, I think oftentimes most of us don't know what that is a really important piece in practice. And I'm going to have to pull it out of the closet again here. So I guess that's what I'm sharing today.
Thanks, Kat. That's wonderful. I think a lot of people are in that space of fear, and because we don't know what's coming, and they have been for the last month, and they've been fed so many dramas, like so much, I don't know, the media always loves to scare people. Oh, it's going to be like this if this happens, or it's going to be like this if this happens. But really what it probably will be is pretty much of the same stuff we always have. And the only way we can change any of that is by changing our views, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you still had to get up this morning and have your coffee or not, or you still had to go out and let the dog out. Nothing really changed too much dramatically in our lives since anything else has happened on the world. Our lives and then our lives can change in a moment, and it has nothing to do with the world. It just has to do with what's going on in our little world. But
That's so true.
That's so awesome. So we're going to put it over to KA because KI will come next after that, using my alphabet skills. And I'm going to put it over to a face that we are familiar with on Spirit Sessions because she's our roving reporter of the universe and all things planetary. And I don't know if that's the correct way to say it, but Katie Steinle, you're back and we love you. We missed you. And so coming up to this winter solstice, which is kind of a dark time of the year. And what's going on? What do you think's going on?
Well, it's good to be back. It's good to see everybody, and just always a good time when we all get together, and we can all attest that pure magic happens with this show, and just excited that we all have this opportunity, to share from all over the world and all of our perspectives, and hopefully touch and inspire some people and some lives. I actually, interestingly enough, pulled the card for inspiration. And this is from, love this deck, by the way, Sacred Rebels. And I love it because, you know what, just to play off of what Rhonda and Kat were just talking about, yes, we obviously are headed into, in North America, the winter season. And, there is this sense of a lot of change and disruption and, what is the future going to hold and what can we expect in 2025? And when are we going to, kind of level out on this bumpy ride that we feel like we've all been on now for, oh my God, at least a decade with me. It's been pretty wild. But we are right now, we look to the skies, right, to help us understand our inner world, because as above, so below. And we have 4 big planets in retrograde. And what that just means is if you look up in the sky and you were to see the planet, it literally looks like it's moving backwards. And what happens is this is wherever that planet's energy is focused is going to create this inward pull for us to go inside and go deep down into, maybe those closets and those spaces of ourselves that we don't necessarily like to go. And it's way easier to keep yourself distracted, right, with what's going on with your family or your friends or your job or, all the things outside of yourself. And then what Rhonda was saying, the true work happens. The way that you change the world is you change yourself. And then you become a role model for other people on how they want to live because they see you navigating, some of these uncertain times with a centeredness, with assuredness, with a groundedness. And so if you can look at, the season, the timing of the end of the year and all of this retrograde, motion, and lean in. I know it sucks. And I know, it's the last thing that any of us want to do is lift up the rock and see the dark murkiness that's hidden under there scattering in the light. But Pluto, which is, you probably are hearing a lot about because it's a really big deal. It's shifting cycles on the 19th of November, next week, forever moving, for our lifetimes, forever moving out of Capricorn, where it's been for 15 years, and moving into Aquarius, which is kind of the initial kickoff of this big shift into, the age of Aquarius. And when that happens, I mean, it does feel heavy. It does feel, there's a sense of wow, there's no going back, our world is changing and it's so fast right now. Right. And it can feel a little oh my gosh, is it going to be the same? Is it going to be different, in what ways? But use this powerful omen of inspiration. And do you see the light? What I was going to say about Pluto is through through the lens of human design, Pluto is literally in the gate that is called the darkening of the light. And it has been for a while. And I think that's why, we're all resonating with that theme of it can feel heavy and dark and unclear. And, some of the things that we rely on, we feel like we can't, quite grasp them. But what happens when the light darkens and it forces you to go inside and do the work, the only way out is through. It's something my dad used to say all the time, and it really stuck with me because it's true. And the more you can, lean in to the darkening of the light and work with it, and move through it and hold that spark of, what do I want the world to look like? What do I want my life to look like, going into 2025? Let yourself be inspired. Let yourself be nurtured by that divine spark that is you, that is your uniqueness, that you came to make your own unique mark on the world that nobody else can make, just by you being you. It's not even so much about what you say or what you do. One of my favorite quotes, Maya Angelou, is at the end of it all, right? When you're, in your last moments and you're looking back on your life, you don't remember, what was said or, really what you did. It's all kind of a blur. But what you remember is how people made you feel, right? So that's that energy. That's that, divine Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, that, spirit in motion. So use this time, really set clear intentions and focus on bringing light, out of the darkness. And let's move through this together, and lift each other up and do exactly what we're doing today. Aquarius is all about finding your tribe. And what's cool about social media is you no longer are bound to just like your next door neighbor, or, you've got to get along with the people, across the street or whatever. You can really, truly find the people that you resonate with and that lift you up and that support you and make you feel like, you are capable of miracles. We all are. We just got to tap into that. So let all of us leave here today with a little bit of inspiration from these messages.
So cool. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thanks, Katie. Katie Steinley, just because she didn't say her last name.
Oh.
But I mean, everybody's name's up on the board, but just introduce yourself. And so from the West Coast of North America, we had the middle. Now we're going to move to the Netherlands, and Kim's a time travel. So she's like 9 hours ahead of you, Katie.
Woo!
And so it's evening there. And I'm going to put Kim on big. So give me a second. I'm struggling with my, my media here. Just one moment. I'll do that there. Sorry. It's because you're all small squares on my television. There we are. There's Kim.
Thank you. Welcome everyone. I'm Kim van der Zande. I'm from the Netherlands and the founder of the Flower of Love. And I have a beautiful book, Activating the Flower of Love. And you can work with me one-on-one or in group journeys. And I really love, because the cards that came through today, again, I always love these synchronicities and the alignment that is in all of your beautiful messages, but also in the card and what the lineage stands for. So there were two cards, one of the Carl Gray Gateway of Light Activation. And I always love to combine one with my own card deck, Activating the Flower of Love. And the two cards that came through for December are, the first one is the Lemurian seed codes out of the Carl Gray deck. And the other one is, it's not so good to show the code. Number 13, the signals of your body. And what really came through and I love about this card, it is inviting you to become you, to trust, to surrender into the truth of who you are, to come back to your pure self. And I think as we're navigating this uncharted territory, because we're all being invited to pioneer in new ways, we're all being invited to stretch out of our comfort zone, to return to our pure self. But that is inviting us to navigate from a totally different space than we did before. It's not with the mind. It's not with what we already know, the safety mechanisms. It's navigating from this inner knowing. It's navigating with the signals of our body. because our body and emotions are giving us signals every day. But are we willing to listen? And I think that's the invitation for this December as well. Honor your energy, your time, your boundaries. Feel what is loving and nourishing to you. And also, as we're going into a lot of family dynamics and relations, a lot of old things can be stirred up. But it's an invitation. When we go into those spaces with love, with compassion, and really with the openness, like, okay, if life is helping me to remember, what do I need to see? What do I need to bring back to oneness and wholeness? Because there's always wisdom in every moment. Yes, we are being challenged. But for me, what I always feel like is the challenge is an invitation to remember a deeper part of ourselves. So, what is the invitation for you in December? And can you hold space with wonder? Can you hold space with love, with everything that is happening for yourself and for the others? Because it's also understanding that everyone is being invited to grow. Everyone is being invited to let go of layers of illusions that are not them. So sometimes we don't see it on the outside, but everyone in its own way is going through this ascension journey, through this awakening journey. And I love, Katie, as well as you shared, like these powerful transits we're going into. Somehow it also helps knowing that. It helps to be more compassionate with our bodies, with each other, with what we really need. Because sometimes we can feel like, okay, maybe your body needs rest. Give yourself time to rest. Maybe you need movement. Maybe you need dancing. Maybe you need crying. Because it's only when we truly can allow everything that wants to come through us, when we can truly be present in it without judgment, without trying to numb it, without trying to push it away. That is the only way to truly move forward. So believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, believe in the vision you hold with them, but also honor the journey of growth. Because it's really coming back to this deep understanding that we can only move forward if we're really wanting to see the truth. And that is what love for me is. Love is really truth. It is embracing, it's knowing we have the power within. There's so much love and support around us to finally hold space for all of these parts of us, to return. It's a journey back home to our pure self. And when we are in this centeredness, in this connection with who we are, then we can navigate whatever is coming. Then we can surrender into the truth of this now moment, being guided in every step forward without knowing, without certainty. And it's really in this deep alignment of who we are. And I think each and every one of us is being guided there. So yeah, when you get triggered, hold space with compassion. Invite yourself, okay, what is the deeper message? And knowing that you are being guided to move forward. And sometimes it's a letting go. Sometimes it's a beautiful, magical thing. But most of the time, growth can be very uncomfortable. And I think that's already a beautiful share. But it's knowing that you're it's not uncomfortable for nothing. Because as we're moving through the storm, there is light, there is inspiration, new things open up. But sometimes when the storm has passed, we're already moving into the next one or the next goal, and we never take a time to look back. So for my invitation as well, as we're closing this 2024, take a time to look back. What can you celebrate about yourself? What challenges did you overcome? Because sometimes we take everything for granted and we're so moving forward that we're forgetting to see all that we have already accomplished, the resilience, the power to pass the struggles that we had and to really stand in our truth and to reclaim the parts that we already did. So I want to invite you to take a moment to honor, to celebrate, and then also tune in what is your next level. And it's really about you returning to your pure self. Everything you need in essence is already within you. It's only in the harmonizing of your field that we can really move forward. So I really love, because these two are really in alignment as well with the lineage teaching. So for me, it was such a beautiful message that came through. So my invitation is be you and let that guide you from beautiful within. So thank you.
Thanks, Kim. That's awesome. I guess it'll be Marla. And here's the thing. Marla, even though we're talking to her now, this is more time traveling. We're pre-recording. So she was on last week, but she's on this week. So yeah, she's a regular on our thing and on our show, and she has some wonderful messages for us. And yeah, join us to welcome Marla today. Marla, give us your little spiel too, because you've been working hard.
I have. Hi, I'm Marla Torres with Intuitive Care with Marla. I have been offering intuitive sessions incorporating shamanic Reiki and the Akashic records and some Kundalini yoga. But lately I've been diving into Humanische Heilkunde, which is also known as German New Medicine. And it has been so transformational in my life. And I'm so excited to be incorporating that now with sessions also, and just really learning about the psyche-brain body connection, and stepping into our sovereignty and our health, reclaiming our health, which is really incredible. I love being a cheerleader for people that are ready to do that. And I also create tantric malas and essential oil blends and lots of fun stuff. So today, the card I drew is also from Kim's deck, Activating the Flower of Love. I love this deck so much. And it's number 21. And right away, when I saw the butterfly, that just kind of like Kat was saying, like, is this message for me or is it for the collective? I'm like, I know it's for the collective, but also really resonated with me because the butterfly has been coming up a lot lately. For me, with transformation, with celebrating all the years of being a mother and really just diving into some and healing some traumas around mother wounds and all of that. And so to me, like the butterfly emerging from this chrysalis and just coming out stronger and beautiful and ready to shine my light even brighter. And so 21 is gratitude, which is also something that I preach and practice. I'll read what it says. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can transform your life. When you take a moment to focus on what you're thankful for, you raise your vibration and open yourself up to even more abundance and blessings. Let the energy of gratitude flow through you and feel the joy and bliss that comes with it. Your heart will expand and you will begin to see the beauty in everything around you. Give thanks for the challenges that have made you stronger, the people who have supported you, and the moments of pure joy that have filled your soul. The more you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, the more blessings you will attract into your life. Remember, what you focus on grows, so choose to focus on the good and watch your life transform before your eyes. So for me, like as everybody else was sharing, I was just getting downloads around gratitude and just really at the end of the year, you know, we often tend to reflect, right? And as we prepare to come into 2025 and set new intentions and all that, like being able to look on the past year with gratitude, look on the past challenges, growths, all the things with gratitude, it really shifts things. And I can speak to that personally, that I have been incorporating a daily gratitude practice for the past 5 or 6 years. And I've noticed significant changes in my life, like raising your vibrational energy level up like that. It's even higher vibration than unconditional love. And it's just so potent, so powerful, and often overlooked. And especially kind of cliche in November in the United States with Thanksgiving and all the things, but it really is something to be used daily, year round, something to really go into, something to really dive deep and hone in on and just watch your life transform. It's like, it's incredible. I can't say enough about gratitude. So I was really excited to see this card come through and just feeling supported also with this amazing crystal that I mined from over in Arkansas, just feeling the energy of just feeling supported and grounded and uplifted with gratitude. I'm complete.
Thank you. Yes, you made me tear up. Yeah, thanks so much. And thank you for your ongoing practice of gratitude that we enjoy. Sometimes we participate, sometimes we join vicariously. Anyways, we just love that. And so we're going to call on Nancy next. Let me get Nancy. I got to find her in my layout. Oh, there she is. Nancy. Yay, Nancy Louise. I'm going to put you up. I know you just are dying to do this.
You know that.
Thank you for joining us today. And
yeah.
Message.
And I'll tell you, when I woke up this morning, the message I got from the animals was they wanted me to share turkey energy. Because of this time of the year, we all indulge in quite a bit of turkey energy on one level or another. And they wanted me to share that message. And I'm going to share it from the Animal Speaks book, which is very used in my life. And I consider it to be one of my like Bible reference areas, which you can tell by by the use, and it's somehow still together. But the energy of the turkey, which was interesting too, because these feathers also fell on the floor while I was working, because so many of us use turkey feathers in our smudging bundles and to clear energy and shift energy, not just the Native Americans, but other religions as well. And there are so many uses for the turkey that I wanted to begin with. Share blessings and harvest. The turkey is sometimes called the earth eagle. It has a long history association with spirituality and the honoring of the earth mother. It's a symbol of all the blessings of the earth. It contains, along with the ability to use them for the greatest advantage. The turkey can live to be 12 years old, which is, I love to throw in some numerology and honor that as well. So 12 is also significant, as in 12 months. The number 12, you can break it down smaller in numerology and add a 1, 2, and count as a 3 as well. So you have both numerology energies to consider with working with this. 12 is a significant number in that the earth revolves around the sun in 12 months, reflecting a tie between turkey and honoring the life cycle of the earth. Those who have a turkey as a totem can usually expect a year of harvest. Okay, many believe that the turkey cannot fly, but this is not so. Turkey is capable of quick takeoffs and can fly up to 50 miles an hour for short distances. They also run well upon stout legs. They also perch in trees at night for safety, roosting together, and they will change their roosting nightly for safety purposes. They find strength in numbers and thus reflect the energy of sharing. So I just felt this was a great reminder of so many bits of energy from something as much as turkey that we all participate with at this time of the year, to also remember and honor the energy of the being that comes with it. And the other bonus that I received right before we came on, as we opened the records for all, was the goose. And this surprised me a little, but it very much deals with the call, the quest, and travels to legendary places. So it's, again, more traveling, which is very, very fitting at this time of the year. It's also mentioned that the male and the female mate for life, both share in the raising of the young, alternating staying with the nest. Goslings are very quiet, especially in the first part of life, and they learn to break free. As goose as your totem, you can reflect that you're about to break free of old childhood restraints and begin to come into your own. Anytime the goose comes in as a totem, you can expect to have the imagination stirred toward new travels to distant places, whether in the body or the mind. And this is perfect too, to also remember during this time that, again, travels, a lot of family meet up, and to remember that you could also take those little breaks, journey through your mind, and take yourself a little vacation. So this was our messages for today.
Thank you. You've made me think of turkeys in a whole different light.
I know.
I'm always, whenever the turkeys, I hear them a lot of times in my neighborhood, but I can't always see them. And I always do ask when they do happen to visit my front yard, it's like, please leave me feathers. Leave me feathers, please.
And it works.
Because I collect feathers everywhere I go.
I have a few.
But yeah, me too. I know. I was watching a film the other day, and there were feathers on the ground, and was like, somebody pick up the feathers. But I'm so honoring of them. And that's the type of work that I do. Is I do a lot of integration with rescue, and a lot of cat work, a lot of fostering, a lot of assisting humans to understand their relationship with their animals in a greater manner, and to understand their real purpose here and how they serve us. It's not just to pat them on the head and give them some kibble and call it a day. It really has great purpose, and I love sharing that because it brings the human so much more. heart opening and attunement, and that's what I love doing.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess it's my turn. Let me figure that one out. I'm going to put me up here. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. I guess I'm having technical problems. There I go. Hi, I'm Rhonda Elliott, and I'm also a co-host of the original bunch, Teresa's Posse, and she'll be on last, and that's fitting because not last but not least, it will be Teresa. And I do love how when we give messages, they sort of all align. And when I pulled this one to get today, I was thinking of different things, but friendship and union for this next time. I mean, it's a family time in the United States and Canada as Christmas, the holiday season approaches for all of us, all different around the world. The holiday season is approaching, all different ethnicities and creeds and religions. This time of year brings lots of holiday getting together with friends and family. So the message I got with this one is, I know there's a saying that we always say, when we're not getting along with someone, what are they mirroring to us? What are they mirroring to us? Like, what is that reflection? But they wanted me to talk about the flip side of that, which is when you have a friend and you really admire someone and you really love them, what is it about them that you really love that you should start loving about yourself? Ooh. And I thought, wow, that's something. Like, what do you admire in that person? That's something that you're seeing about yourself, but not understanding. So I want to turn that one around and say that this time of year, find your friends, find your allies, find those people in your life that make you light up, and then realize that those qualities are also in you, and you can light up the world similarly. And I think that's what this is about, and finding your tribe, because the support of your friends and your tribe is what's going to get you through all those dark days. It really helps to have that air beneath your wings. So you can go on your travels and on your journey. And just like we have all of us here, we put out the call and all of you answer. And I'm so I get goosebumps when I think of it. I just love you all. And I just find your tribe this season and really be grateful for those you have in your life that make you light up when you see them. So now, Teresa, I'm going to put it over to you, and you can give us our message and we can maybe speak afterwards about everything. So I'm going to put you on big there. There we go. Oh, yeah.
There, forgot. Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm sitting here, and I want to tell you from the original concept I have when I thought of spirit sessions, and then I invited Rhonda and Bex, and I actually invited Katie, but Katie was busy at the time with other things. I envisioned a place where all of us would come together, each showing our personal, unique views of the light. And today I'm sitting here listening to everybody and the cards they pulled and the wisdom that they're sharing. And I have to say, I'm feeling really fulfilled. So I thank you all for shining your light and for being who you are and coming through today and making this a beautiful thing. My cards are also similar to everybody else's, but I could see that they're deeply influenced by that Pluto going into Aquarius, because it's talking about these really cool upgrades. I pulled 2 cards again, and this is from Light Star Celestial Frequency deck, which is really, really cool. And so these upgrades, they're starting within our DNA. This is what the raising of the light and the raising of the frequencies is doing. We are getting new brains in every single one of our cells. Okay. Now from there, it goes through our DNA. It goes through our whole system. It goes through to attuning our chakras. Actually, our chakras are merging together more, and then there's going to be a realignment as we do that, and that brings together all kinds of things like confidence and clarity. But also it means that we're in a really big time of clearing. What doesn't fit the new energy that you're bringing in now? It's time to leave that behind. It's time to step and walk into the light. And I think that's where the next card comes in. Courageous. Courageous. As we're going through these changes, and as we see others around us going through, things may come up, things may come up, but it's okay. Get out of the fear. Think, fear makes you feel tight and closed up. Fear. Happiness, you're open and you're wide, right? And so if we're sitting here getting upgrades and stuff, you don't want to put yourself in a part where you're being critical or fearful or all those kind of things, because those are tight energies around you. We don't want the tight. Open up. So you're being invited to be courageous, to transcend the fear. And really, we have been praying for this for so long. Everything we do is for this. Let's boldly step into this together. It's an exciting time. Rough, possibly, but it's exciting. We can't get to the other side, like Katie was saying, unless you go through. There's things we need to go through. There's things we need to understand, like, wow, I see why that wasn't working for me, or working for my country, or working for my earth, or, whatever it is. We could see what's not working. In love and courageousness, it's time to release those things and come to what we've been. And it's time for an awakening of all the indigos who are now in their 30s, and they're in the positions and places. They're in where they can change the healthcare system, the pharmaceutical system, the school, the education, everywhere. The indigos are there now. It's time for them to awaken and lead us to where we need to go. So be courageous. Be who you are. Allow these changes and shifts to happen to you. It's all a good thing, and you're just becoming more and more of who you always really wanted to be, even if you didn't know who that one was. That's my message today.
Beautiful. Thank you, Teresa. That was awesome. Bex, I'd like to see if you have anything more to say, because you didn't get to say enough. So
What does that mean?
well, tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to coming up this year, and maybe your favorite crystal this week, because we haven't heard from yours, and like what's new.
What's new? I don't even know how. I mean, I could do the crystal one because I always wear my labradorite, even at work, even when I'm out peopling in the world. I always have it on. I have a ring, I have earrings, I have the necklace. It's like it really enhances my ability to connect with people, I feel. So, I mean, even out in the world every day, because I spent so much of my life not being out in the world, right? I spent it at home raising kids. And so when I 2 years ago decided I was going to be out in the world working and peopling every day, I really felt that I was going to lose a bit of the connection, but instead I really found myself being able to be more, I don't know, I can show up differently now. And I think I have you guys to thank for that too, because you've been such pivotal parts of my my spiritual journey and my family. So I don't know how to say what's new or what's coming, but as far as just really being able to appreciate where we've been, and how far we've come, because I feel like each and every one of you, I've been able to bear witness to your journeys, and I'm getting emotional, and seeing how you show up today and how beautiful it is to be able to connect with all of you and all of our viewers too. And I know that family has grown tremendously throughout the years. I'm excited for where we're going, and I'm excited for how we're going to be able to show up differently as we are facing these opportunities of growth in a whole new way, because I think that us together, there's nothing we can't do. Really, there's nothing we can't do. As scary as the world may look, we know deep down this is what we're put here for. This is why we're here. This is why we connected. This is what we do. This is our chance to show off, right? This is our chance to flex and do what we do best. So there's nothing to be afraid of, because this is really who we are. And we're already showing up exactly how we're meant to. So I guess that's it.
And I want to thank all these wonderful ladies who've been showing up all year long for us. Marla and Kim and Nancy and Katie and our guest host today, Kat. She doesn't know if we're going to recruit her yet or not. But we love having this. You people are our backups, our walls, our strength, and also like you're just a wonderful tribe to belong to. And you know, we know each and every one of us has, you have our backs, we have your backs. We just love you and really support you all. And thank you for being part of a real big part of Spirit Sessions this year. We really appreciate the help and also appreciate you being able to shine your light more brightly in the world, because it makes everybody a better place. And Teresa, any final words before we wrap up? Tell us about next season, what you envision for next season, since, you know.
Well, there are going to be some executive changes as we go into the new year, but it's all tightening, because this is some of the benefit we get from being on the Breakthrough Show Network. They always show us, these are the shows that are successful. Well, usually they just show some ones that are successful, so we can sit there and fine tune the things we do. So this year we're going to put some more of those things into action and keep reaching out. You know, like for sure we're going to have more Barry Littleton and stuff, you know, because he's consistently always been on the top 10 of stuff. So I don't know. I just want to say that there's so much more fun coming and tightness and love coming from each of us as we, you know, together as a unit. You know?
And we're taking like 4 weeks off, and we're back on which date did you have on January?
Well, I think the first Sunday in January is the 5th.
That's your birthday.
My birthday is the 3rd.
Oh, the 3rd. Okay. This is your birthday show.
I was going to put that past you guys if you wanted to pre-record that episode like we are now, or to do it live, you know, and it'd be just the same, pulling cards just like we are here, but it'd be celebrating our new season, my first time throwing a birthday party for myself, and all the new things that we're going to do. Personally, in the new year, I'm still doing my meditations on every first and third Mondays to the Breakthrough Show Network community.
And that's free, and everyone can attend.
And I'm switching off. I've asked, you know, for Brittany and Jessica to come in too, and so there'll be different meditations all along, not just mine. And I kind of feel better with that, you know, and that'll be fun. I'll be teaching neurographics 4 more times next year, plus some special one-up days, which I have had some amazing students. I've seen some of the amazing creativity, and that's like a whole new feeling to me. I remember when Emily used to see us do things and she would go, "Oh, Mama Bear's so proud," and stuff like that. I'm finally feeling that kind of thing, and it's exciting, and I'm growing. And also, I will be teaching the way I open the Akashic Records next year too.
Cool. Very awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Teresa, what is neurographics?
Neurographic artwork, I didn't bring any with me. It's really a neat looking artwork where you're working with the neurons in the mind and the neurotransmitters. And so you're setting your intention on the paper, and then you turn the paper over and you intuitively draw lines across your page. So you don't need to be an artist or anything. You draw the lines, you draw it this way. Everywhere where a line crosses each other, it's making it, oh yeah, there.
Oh yeah, there.
So you see that goes. So everywhere a line crosses another one, you're rounding it out, because it's very important for everything to be smoothed out and round, just like it is in our mind. And this is a way of showing our mind what we want. It helps people to stress, you know, get out of stress and anxiety. I've used it for my fear of driving in Nashville when they're driving like 70 miles an hour. It's like, oh my God, I'm so little and they're all so big. And it's like, I did a neurographics just for that specifically. And it was weird. It's like, where's that anxiety?
Nice.
You know, it was like, I can't even pretend to feel it, you know, because usually I want to test things and see. And it's like, man, I can't even bring that up again. So I've been using it for a lot of other things, and I'm so impressed with what those taking my class have been doing with it. They've taken it farther than I've seen it taken in other classes, you know, and I'm like, yes, yes. And so I'm totally loving that. So you would like neurographics too. It's relaxing, Katie.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
It's doodling, almost like doodling with a purpose. It's lovely.
Yeah.
And if you can't attend the classes, they're pre-recorded, so you can go back and watch them afterwards. So that's a great thing. So.
Yep. And there'll be 4 new classes next year.
Ooh. So Kim, you're just continuing on with the Flower of Love. Sorry.
Yes. Next year again, beautiful group journeys and one-on-ones, and my new book out of my podcast. So Soul Love Rising from Within will launch in April, March 2025. So that's exciting. So I'm writing that in December. So beautiful time to go there.
So it's a beautiful time to go dark on our episodes. So everybody, while we're gone, do something and get in touch with us and let us know what you've been doing, because we'll respond. And let us know in the comments if there's anyone special you want to see next year. If you love this format, or if you don't, let us know. And we really appreciate you being here. And that's all I can say. I have a happy holiday season, and we'll see you in 2025. Can you believe it? 2025.
I cannot.
For season 8. For season 8.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
A magical number.
Yeah,
you guys deserve an Emmy. Yes.
I second that.
Class.
And we'll be having more of Kat too on, and Katie again. She's coming back in January. I hope she remembers that. Hope it's on her calendar. I'll remind her after the show.
Rhonda's so good. She keeps me on track, on time, in line.
So thank you all for joining us. I'm going to end this, but you guys all wait behind and we'll chat afterwards. Thanks. I hope this works. Yeah.